Belgium to Morocco to Montreal, Conductor John Wiens has explored music of the past and present. Since returning to Winnipeg, he has led Polycoro, Camerata Nova, and now adds a new choir, Canticum Novum, to his resume. To tell us about the ensemble, he's joined me in the Diamond Lane. Hi, John.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Welcome back to the station.
Thanks very much. It's great to be here.
So Canticum Novum, Winnipeg's newest choir. What can you tell us about the ensemble?
This is a group of incredibly brave souls. who all came into it understanding that I can be a pretty demanding guy, and they put their trust in me, and I put my trust in them, and we've been doing some things that I think are really unique and interesting, and I guess I'd say we're going to a place that we have yet to discover fully, but it's a really unique understanding of music and how music functions and what it's for. And I think one of the things that excites me most about it is that this is a choir for everyone. It's an auditioned choir.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is have enough of a voice and enough motivation, and it's amazing what they can do.
So I know the journey is just beginning, but let's talk about a couple of those brave souls. I wanted to ask, and you just touched on it a little bit, so this is a choir made up of not professional singers, but passionate amateurs, those who just want to make music.
That's right, and from all walks of life. Some are musicians in other fields, but many are experienced choristers from all over the city who sing in lots of different choirs, and some are, I think, former choristers who haven't been singing for a while. And it's been just a fascinating process and a wonderful process because watching them give themselves over to music like that is just such a beautiful thing.
So you're someone who lives and breathes music. At what point did Canticum Novum become an idea?
I think mostly because we knew that there was a bunch of singers out there who wanted to do more. We wanted to give them an opportunity to do it. I had a group of friends who were willing to help me with the background work, which is always really considerable. You have to have a pretty significant group of people who can help. And also I think there's a real hunger in the city for music that has a different feel to it, a really spiritual feel that you can't really put your finger on, but you know when it's there and you know when it's not there, and this group seems to be really devoted to that. So Canticum Novum, there it was.
There it was, and it came together. This is one thing that I've always kind of wondered about. I mean, Winnipeg and Manitoba, our province, has such a vibrant and active choral community.
It's amazing.
It really, really is. At the same time, do you ever worry about there being too many choirs?
No,
you ever think about that?
There can never be enough art. There can never be, Pavarotti was constantly saying that art cannot be too popular, and I think it's true. And choral music is the #1 activity in Canada. And I'm so proud of that.
It exceeds hockey, right?
Incredible, isn't it? I think that's just the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's an entire nation of singers.
Yeah, it's true. I can't skate, but I can sing. Well, I can skate. I can't stop.
But no, I've never felt for even a moment like there are too many choirs in the province. I feel like the singers are here and they want to sing, and we have to give them every chance that we can. And some ideas will take on a life of their own and some won't, and that's just a part of the artistic process. Some art is topical and at the right time in the right place for the right people in the right way, and you hope that the art you're making is.
So I was on the website canticumnovum.ca where it says seminal music for modern times. What type of repertoire are you guys going to be tackling?
The vast majority of it will be written after, I guess if you want to think of modern times as now, the vast majority of the music will be probably written after 1995 or so. Say we'll have like a 25-year time span or so. Yeah. And then there will be other works that will mix in, so it won't be, because if it's all the same language, it doesn't work for making a point. So instead you have to mix in stuff. So there's a little Reinberger, and there's some Healy Willen, some some romantic voices, and then a lot of current composers, Frank DeKelly, Arvo Pärt, boy oh boy, Neil Cox. Like Neil Cox wrote this gem of a piece called "Keep Me as an Apple of an Eye" that it's the most amazing thing. It's in 6 sharps and it's got this fantastic feel to it that but no one writes in 6 sharps, so you don't feel that tonality ever.
Yeah.
That's what makes that piece so amazing. So, but the Arvo Pärt Magnificat and the Nunc Dimittis are masterworks, and every time I hear it, I'm put into a really unique place that is, I think, very singular.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you've specialized in music before 1750 and after 1890, and I know that this falls into the latter. Yeah. And you've kind of spoken to this idea of the tonality, of the feel, of the key exploration, and to me, I think what is really fascinating is also the text setting that comes. For you, what do you enjoy about diving into this kind of romantic, post-romantic realm?
Well, I love the variety of it. The gloves are off. It is everything that you can think of coming to the table. I mean, like Schoenberg's Friede auf Erden is still one of the most amazing pieces ever written, and it's written in a very strange and unrelated way a lot of the time in terms of the tonalities that come one after another. And I think that especially in the last 30 years. There has been a development of a style of composition that everyone is calling postmodernist, but everyone's having trouble defining. There are some people will, pull out 14 different characteristics for postmodernist.
It's a bit of a
music.
Catch-all, right?
Yeah,
it's like in the iTunes library where it just says alternative. It could be anything.
That's exactly it. Yeah. But there is, I think, a real sense of coming back to the unity of the performer and the listener, which was not there, in my opinion anyway, for a long time, especially after the years of Schoenberg, where composition was just treated as this pure individual thing and some listeners would get it, and some listeners wouldn't, and that wasn't really the point of it. Now I think we're at a place where composers are thinking about that in very very commonly. That they're thinking about not just what they want to put on the page, but now it's actually fairly common for there to be a collaborative process when a new piece is being written for a choir. They send the piece, and then the choir sends comments, and then there's a collaborative effort to come to a common understanding of the music, and then it's put into the public, and the public has to have their say in it too, right? And I think that, for me personally, all the music that I'm looking for handles those 3 things simultaneously. So, balancing the genius of these composers with the abilities of the singers who they're writing for, and then the capacity of the public to not just hear and understand and enjoy, but enter into something, to enter into a process. And I think, for me, that's so important now, is that the listener has a full experience in the musical moment instead of a passive one.
So the last thing I really want to ask you is about the title, because I think it might in some way reflect that sentiment that you just beautifully and eloquently explained. The concert is titled "Searching for Stillness."
Yeah.
Is that what that's all about?
That's exactly what it's about. That's 100% of it. It is a concert that's hopefully designed for everyone who's listening to gradually slow down their own internal processes until they reach a point where they can just sit in the moment and just be there. And music is a wonderful way to do that, but it's also a means to an end. The means to the end in this case is to give people a chance to find their own inner voice and their own inner thoughts, hopefully for a fairly long while.
John, thanks so much for coming in and telling us about Canticum Novum.
Thank you very much, Simon.
John Wiens is the director of Canticum Novum, Winnipeg's newest choir, whose debut is this Sunday, November 25th, 4 p.m. at Knox United Church. For more information, visit canticumnovum.ca.